All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at your choices for your next project, which we call choice project number one. Choice project number one, you're going to be selecting your project either today or over the weekend. And then on Monday, you're going to be starting your project. All right. If you noticed in your emails, the second post on your stream is the choice project information sheet. This is just going to list the choice projects, and it's going to give you just a brief little descriptor of what they are. And then it's going to allow you to click on the links to take you to that project's website. Okay. For those of you that were in school with me last year, there was a file called How to Get Started. Okay, that file will be posted again on Monday with obviously the updated projects for you to choose from. So on Monday, after you check in, you will be able to open up that document to see, okay, these are my step-by-step directions on how to sign into Tinkercad. These are my step-by-step directions on how to sign into the website design or MIT App Inventor or whatever it is that you decide that you want to work on. Okay. We are going to be doing these choice projects twice, meaning you're going to do one project for 9 class periods, and then you're going to pick a different one for another 9 class periods. The second set of 9 projects, or the second choice project, will have these same 10 projects on them, plus a few more. I've got some bonus ones for the second round, just to give you a little bit more variety. Today, I'm going to go through all these and just briefly talk about them and kind of show you what we're doing with them. One of the things that is a little bit different than being in person with how we have to do this is that I'm not going to be able to help every single student on the first day with all 10 of these different projects. I just don't have enough time to kind of help you and set you up in that way. So what I plan to do is take 3 or 4 of each of the projects, and each day I'm going to focus on those projects kind of during my synchronous time frame. So, like on Monday, after you guys come in, I give you a little talk, and then I'll let you guys go off and start working on your stuff and try to figure out how to log in. But I am going to stick around, and I'm going to talk to certain groups. Like, for example, I might stick around and keep the MIT App Inventor and the Animaker group that day. And those are a little bit harder to get started with, so I'm going to start with that group. And then on Tuesday, I might have the Scratch, Tinkercad, and GameStar Mechanic people. If you guys want to see some things that you could do in there, I'll stick around and show you things in those projects. So I will have like a schedule posted in your stream, kind of explaining, these days after I'm done with attendance, these are going to be my main topics. And then the last 10 to 15 minutes of every class period will be open time for anybody to come in and ask any questions about any projects. Okay, so the way my class is going to be formatted now for the choice project will be attendance first. Okay, those of you that are ready to go off and work, you'll be able to go off and start working. Those of you that are going to stick around and watch your specific projects, like little information thing, that'll be like a 10 to 15 minutes little time frame. And then if anybody needs to come back in to ask any questions, that'll be the last 10 to 15 minutes of the class period. Okay. Of course, you can always reach out by email, or you can message me in there in the chat, and I will answer your questions that way as well. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with the different choices. The first one I'm not going to go to because you guys all just finished up working on that, and that is WeVideo. However, this is now WeVideo 2.0. So you guys got your experience with WeVideo. You kind of know what it is. You kind of know what it's like, how to work with it a little bit. So now you need to take it to the next level. You need to continue with making your videos, but now at a higher quality. All right. So while before you might have made a collage of pictures in your WeVideo, or you might have made a top 10 list or something on a kind of smaller scale, now you're going to be looking at filming. You're going to be looking at writing scripts. You're going to have to take multiple videos or shots and takes of the same thing, and then use those in maybe different angles of shots, and then use those in WeVideo. Okay, so this isn't simply now just make another video of what you just did before, but maybe a little bit different. This is now take it to the next level. Okay. All right. All right, next, Animaker. So Animaker is a new one to me and to choices that I've given in the past. Okay, to log into Animaker, you actually just click on the pop-up, click on the login button. And this is something that I'll go through on the first day with Animaker people as well. It'll ask you, and of course, because I already logged in the last class, it's just going to log me right in. But you will choose your Google account, your G account, your school one, to be able to get in here. Okay, and then once you're in here, what Animaker is it's making animated videos. Okay, little animated clips, animated shorts. They already have some pre-made things, which I don't recommend doing because those are more for like business type things. I recommend creating your own video. So I just kind of messed around and showed my last class a little bit of some of the things you could throw in there, but they come with like a little database of pictures and artwork and backgrounds that you can use. So like, for example, I have this lady in here saying hello there. I put a little background in with her. Okay, and then I could change what she does every second or every couple seconds. So it's kind of similar to stop motion in a sense. Okay, that background's I already got some. Whoop. Click on the characters. So they do come with some pre-made characters. And then when you click on the characters, those characters have actions. So like, you can have your character standing there and then have him move up his hand, or, be all buff or crying or something like that. So, you can use their pre-made characters to make a fun little video. You can call this guy Tom, and then you can do the life of Tom, and you can make him go through and do fun different things. It looks like, ooh, that's not a fun one. Apparently he lives over in Britain. He's driving he's on the wrong side of the car there. Okay, so fun. It's going to be a neat little program that's going to teach you how to create little animated shorts in there. And I do have some tutorials. The free version does not have all the characters. You'll see like the little star next to these guys. These are the upgraded features, so you have to pay to get all those ones. But for the time being, using the free version is kind of all you need. All right. Next one is called Pixlr. So Pixlr is photo editing. Okay, there's two versions of Pixlr. There's the advanced version and the playful version. I always recommend students to start off with the advanced one, because most of the time when you start off with the playful one, you start making your project, and then you go, Mr. Watson, how do you do this, this, and this? And I'll say, well, which version are you in? And they'll say, well, I was in the basic one. I'm like, well, all that stuff that you want to do is in the advanced version. So if you start off in the advanced version, it's going to have all the things that you want anyway. Okay. You can either start from scratch and just kind of draw and create your own pictures in here, or you can find pictures off the internet or use your own pictures. So let's see if I have any pictures in I got one picture. Some baseball card stuff going on. Okay, you can crop down the pictures. Say I only want to look at that. Oop, I deleted. Let's undo that. There we go. So I can go here, I can apply, crop it. Okay, and you have all the different options of like a Photoshop app where you can design and fix and create your own pictures within here. So what you decide to do in terms of like what your objective is going to be and what your goal is going to be for the pictures that you create is going to be up to you. Maybe you want to make a calendar with different pictures of different places that you've been. Maybe you want to create your own Pokemon cards. Maybe you want to create your own. Maybe you want to create a funny GIF. Maybe you want to create Maybe you want to create kind kind of like a spoof picture of some sort. Okay, if you want to do this and you're looking for ideas, definitely stick around for when I do my Pixlr day. I have a ton of great examples that students have made in the past of different projects that they've made in a program similar to this. It's not this exact program, but similar to this that we have in our lab. All right, so that's Pixlr. Next one is Code Academy. Code Academy is kind of what I call the real way to code. So a lot of the programming that you're going to see after this is called block coding, where like it says like run 5 steps, and then you just drag that block in, and then it does it for you. What this is going to teach you how to do is how to actually code so that it does exactly what it is that you want it to do. Okay, instead of coding it and having it say, dropping the block in, you're actually going to type in, this is what I want you to do. And there's a certain way to do that. So in Code Academy, you'll log in using your school account. You will not use the paid version. You'll just X out of any paid subscriptions they try to make you sign up for, and do the free version. The free version allows you to do a lot of the basic, easier starting coding projects. So HTML is a great one to start with. There's a few others in there. When we get into the course area, Swift, Java, HTML, all great ones to work on as a beginner. This is something that they use in the high school, especially if you take coding classes. So definitely something to look into. Those of you that are not, I don't know if our high school does this yet, but I know some high schools do this, is that is they will actually substitute a coding class for a foreign language class in high school and give you foreign language credit for it. Again, I don't know if our high school does that or not, but that is something that you can explore if you're not into learning Spanish or French or whatever, but you are into learning programming languages, because it is a completely different language on its own, in terms of learning all the different little codes and aspects that go along with it. All right, so basically, Code Academy, you're just going to be working on the how to code in there. Scratch. Many of you have probably used Scratch before in elementary school, maybe even last year a little bit in 6th grade. So Scratch you're going to be able to design and create your own animated video, or you can create your own game. So like, I've had somebody actually makes. Ooh, is this actually one of my former students? He made something similar to this. Nope, not him. Who knows? Maybe. Interesting. That is not him, but he actually made a game very similar to this. So you can design and create your own video game. Oop, nope, died. Obviously, you can also do mazes. You could do like little Mario style type games. You could also create animations. Let's see, this one's called Zen Garden Creator, but that's not a animation. Let's see if I can find some animations. Create a tic-tac-toe game. Goodbye Summer. This looks like an animation. Short animation to say goodbye and welcome autumn. Okay. So it's actually quite easy to do, quite easy to make. In there, there's drag and drop coding. There's a short little tutorial that takes about a class period to kind of learn the basic skills of how it all works. So once you kind of go through the tutorial, then you decide, okay, what do I want to try to make? Now that I kind of know how this works, what do I want to try to make? And then you start to create and make. You can they have pre-made characters, or you can actually draw and design your own characters in the program itself. We'll talk about how to save your stuff and all that when it's your day to talk about that kind of stuff. So that's Scratch. Tinkercad. All right, Tinkercad is the program that we use to make 3D printed objects in the classroom. Now, obviously, we're not at school for you to be able to take your project and then just go bring it in and start printing it off. However, if you make something really cool, I will save it and I'll print it off at a later date. And when you guys do come back to school, you'll be able to swing by my lab and I can hand off any cool creations that you make. But by cool creations, I mean like you're actually going to have to create and design your own 3D printed object. Okay, they give you basic shapes to start with, and you'll use those shapes to take and manipulate. So if I just wanted to make a simple little house, I can do a little something like that. But then obviously needing to make sure that it lines up properly. There's no gaps anywhere. There's no spaces anywhere. Okay, you can then manipulate the shapes themselves to put holes into different places. And then bind those together. Now I got a house with a big hole in the middle, in the front of it. Fun stuff. Okay. So you'll be able to create and make your own 3D printed objects if you choose Tinkercad. GameStar Mechanic's a cool one. So GameStar Mechanic is going to be video game design. I'm going to play the video while I talk. Good idea. So basically how this works is that you will play some games that are pre-built. And as you're playing the games break, and then you are the mechanic and have to fix the games. By fixing the games, you will basically learn how to design and create your own games. You'll also win new characters and enemies and different things like that to be able to build into your own game. So I recommend that you defeat all the quests, learn all the different tools, get all the different characters, and then start to create and design your own game after that. You could share games with your classmates. You could share games with me. I have never had a student make a game that I have not been able to beat. So that is a challenge. Let me preface that. I've never had a student that has been able to create a game that they can beat and I cannot beat. I've always been able to beat the students' games that have been created on here. So some of them might take me a little while, but it's definitely a cool little project to learn how to design video games and kind of challenge yourself and challenge the user and things like that. All right, next one is MIT App Inventor. So this one you could do some really, really cool things with. This is creating your own app for your phone. Okay. Now, before you get too many big ideas in your head, like, oh, I'm going to be able to make the next Facebook or the next Twitter or something like that. Okay. While you could get there, if you've never had any programming experience before, you're going to need to learn how it works first before you can build upon and get to a level of something like that. Okay. What's great is there's tons of tutorials. They start you off with like some basic things like how do you create a program where if you press a button, it says something? Or how do you create a program where it's a little mini game where a mole pops up and you have to try to kill the mole and then you get points every time you kill them? Or a painting game where like you can use your finger to draw on top of a picture and stuff like that. And then it goes beyond that. It will take you to the next level, to an intermediate level. And then it even goes beyond that to a more advanced level. I will tell you though, in order to test out, so there is one disclaimer for this. In order for you to be able to use this program, you have to have some sort of Android device in your home. And then on that Android device, you have to download the MIT App Inventor app. Okay, so what you'll do is you actually do all your work on your Chromebook, and then you want to test out it'll say to you like, go ahead and test out your app. You'll need to have the app on your phone. You'll take your phone and you'll hold it up to the screen with the app on, and then the game will transfer on, or your app will transfer onto your phone or your tablet if it's an Android tablet, and you'll be able to test your game out on the phone or tablet. You won't be able to do that with an Apple or an iPhone. So no iPads, no iPhones. Okay? Does not work. Just telling you that straight up right now. So if that's all you have, you're not going to be able to do this one. All right, until we go back into the class, because I have Android devices in the classroom that you can use. All right, but at least those of you that do have Android devices, you can choose this one. All right, and the last one is website design. So website design is learning how to create, design, and make your own websites. The main one that I have you guys use is Google Sites, but some students have asked if they can use like Wix or some other free program. As long as it's free and as long as you're able to share it with me, that is fine. What type of website you make and how you design it, that's part of your creative process and what you do. Okay, so those are the 10 that you're going to choose from. I'm going to stop my recording.